To continue on with our assembly test drive, we're going to start with step 5, where we can show you how you can use Solid Edge with synchronous technology in the context of the assembly to modify several components at once. What we want to do is go ahead and expand Pathfinder. You notice this is a subassembly, meaning there's several parts that make up that subassembly, and go down to Spindle and uncheck that. We want to turn that off. The next thing that I'm going to do is come up to the Select pull-down menu and go to Face Priority. In this case, I'm going to select with the Face Priority set, and I'm simply going to fence in this top part of our micrometer. Now at that point, you're going to notice that several faces highlight, and the steering wheel actually becomes activated. If you look down at the bottom, you'll notice that Live Rules is monitoring our design, and you can see that there are several options here available. What I like to do is always go back to restore my Live Rules to their default settings. That way, if I've made any changes, I can get back to square one very easily. So you're editing parts in the context of the assembly using the steering wheel and a combination of the Live Rules. The maintain options determined with respect to the part document from the faces that are selected. So these Live Rules are applied to the faces that I've basically selected here. What we want to do at this point is come up and identify just by clicking on the origin of the steering wheel. Just click it once and let go, and the steering wheel will hang with the cursor. And I'm just going to move it up out of the way so that we can kind of see what's going on. I'm then going to change my primary location axis to go to the 12 o'clock button up here, or knob. Click on that, and it's going to move the primary to go straight up. Now at that point, what I want to do is I'm going to click on the primary axis, and you'll notice that Solid Edge will automatically go into a move mode, and as I gradually move my cursor up, you can see the value field is changing. Now notice down below the Live Rules. Notice the Live Rules that have turned green. Those are the Live Rules that are being applied to this model as I move these parts. You notice it's maintaining cylindrical. It's also doing tangent edges, and it's also doing a symmetric about the ZX axis. And that's what actually drags the rest of the geometry up. It's holding all of those relationships together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to key in a value of 6 millimeters and tab to kind of get an idea what it looks like. And at that point, we're good to go. So I'll go ahead and click to place and escape to get out of that command. So editing parts in the context of the assembly is really easy with Solid Edge and synchronous technology. What you want to do at this point is come back and turn your spindle back on. Synchronous technology works on data no matter where it really comes from, so the technique used in this step are just as applicable to a 3D model imported from another CAD system, which will allow you to edit parts faster than the system where the data actually originated from. So at this point, once we've moved it up 6 millimeters and we've taken a quick look at Live Rules, we're ready to go ahead and save the file, and then of course make sure your students are at the same point in the test drive.